Okay, I'm really excited to bring you guys this video because it's always been one of my biggest hopes and dreams to be the guy that causes Dallas Cowboys fans to say, "This is our year," and then inevitably get our hopes and dreams crushed. My pessimism as a Dallas Cowboys fan aside, there's a lot of things to be excited about in this video, and I'm really excited to bring you guys this training camp update. Before we get to the content, I wanted to remind you guys, in about 3 days, I'm going to be announcing the giveaway winner for a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. All you have to do to enter is subscribe and turn on our notifications on this channel. If you could also take a minute to sack that like button for the YouTube algorithm, it really goes a long way in promoting this channel and helping it grow. And with that being said, thank you guys so much. Now that we got all that out of the way, break. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? I don't think there was a more Dallas Cowboys-like move than Jerry Jones being enamored with a wide receiver prospect that we all perceive to be the top wide receiver prospect in a loaded wide receiver draft, the 2020 NFL draft, which I mentioned over and over again in my Aaron Rodgers videos because that's a huge reason why Aaron Rodgers was so pissed at the Green Bay Packers. How do you draft Jordan Love in the first round when you still have great wide receivers on the board like T. Higgins or Van Jefferson or Michael Pittman Jr. or Chase Claypool? Well, when the Dallas Cowboys decided to take Cee Dee Lamb, I was both excited and a little confused, and I was kind of grinning a little bit because the reason why the Cowboys took Cee Dee Lamb, at least my perception of the situation, was because Jerry Jones didn't want the Philadelphia Eagles to get Cee Dee Lamb, and it was kind of a petty move because we already had an embarrassment of riches at the wide receiver position. I mean, you had Amari Cooper coming off of a 1,000 plus receiving season. You had Michael Gallup that was coming off of a 1,000-yard receiving season himself. You just paid Amari Cooper a $100 million contract. So it just didn't seem to make a lot of sense, especially when we had significant holes on the defensive side of the ball. But here we were in a situation to take a truly transcendent talent at the wide receiver position, and unfortunately we didn't really get a chance to see him perform as well as we would hope, mainly because his starting QB wasn't around to play for the bulk of the 2020 season. Of course, we know Dak Prescott went down with a gruesome leg injury, but what was impressive was the fact that Cee Dee Lamb still almost eclipsed 1,000 yards receiving in just his rookie season. Bear in mind, this is a guy that literally gained the ability to buy a drink at a bar during that year and is going into year 2 wowing a lot of Dallas Cowboys insiders in training camp. Now, of course, I'm not only going to give you guys an update on Cee Dee Lamb because the Dallas Cowboys have been making some sneaky moves to their defense. They also signed Malik Hooker, who I'm personally really excited about. I think the additions of Keanu Neal, Malik Hooker, and Dan Quinn, and if Randy Gregory would actually step onto the field this year and doesn't get hit with some sort of weird suspension from the NFL, I think this defense actually could be a sleeper defense in the NFL. Now, you see what I mean when I say I'm starting to be the guy that's giving Dallas Cowboys fans some false hope, especially if the pick of Micah Parsons pans out. I really think that this team can go very far. But let me show you guys what I've been seeing from Cee Dee Lamb during this offseason, and you'll kind of understand my optimism a little bit. Now, when we drafted Cee Dee Lamb, he was known mainly for his versatility. He didn't have Tyreek Hill-like speed, but he ran a 4.5 at the 40-yard dash, which is still incredibly fast considering how he's a 6'2" wide receiver. He has a tremendous catch radius as well and a remarkable wingspan. And so far, he's been showing that he can make some very difficult catches in Dallas Cowboys training camp, like this one over here where he practically mossed his defender and made a nice little catch in traffic. And I figured I'd show you guys this before I show you the plethora of one-handed catches catches this man has been making and just how silly he's been making the Dallas Cowboys defense. He also made this insane reception on Jordan Lewis once again, a one-handed grab, and that's before we get to this one-handed touchdown reception from earlier this past week. So with all that being said, are these just great highlights that the Dallas Cowboys are showing off? And oh my goodness, could someone just help this Jordan Lewis guy out? I really feel bad that he's getting destroyed by Cee Dee in these highlights. Well, here's what one Dallas Cowboys beat writer has to say about Cee Dee, saying that there is a significant gap between Cee Dee and everyone else. He's having the best camp of anyone on the roster. Every practice seems to include at least one impressive Cee Dee highlight to go along with a handful of other noteworthy plays that he makes look effortless. Now, the biggest storyline in regards to the Dallas Cowboys is how are they going to improve defensively? And Dak Prescott actually came out and gave a nice little evaluation on the Cowboys defense that should make significant strides based off of the new additions they have on the defense. Prescott said that they're doing a good job pre-snap of making a lot of things look similar and post-snap, making me think, or making the quarterback and the receivers trying to read the coverage think a little bit longer than they would like to. And that's the area they want to play in. It makes it tougher on any offense you're playing, and they're going to continue to get their communication right, continue to get their disguises the way they want to, and we're talking across the hallway. As we say, helping them out on when something just looks more obvious than something else. And they're giving us good keys on things we're doing. That's part of training camp, and that's what it's about. In terms of defense so far, both Micah Parsons and Leighton Vander Esch have stood out the most amongst linebackers according to John Machota, and Parsons continues to show an ability to make plays from several different linebacker positions. Vander Esch, who has been flying around throughout camp, might have had his best practice on Sunday. In regards to Hard Knocks, Dak Prescott said that he doesn't really notice Hard Knocks TV cameras that much at camp, and he's also pretty confident that he'll be protected, saying that I know the fact that the Cowboys are going to take care of us and get to look at some of these copies before they get produced. Obviously, we had the camera deal going on for All or Nothing during my second year in the league, so you just get used to it. It's part of it when you play for this organization. That comes with it. If you want to be great, you've got to understand the cameras, and all those things are going to happen. So it's something that I have embraced. We have fun, and we don't necessarily worry about it. They do their job, we do our job, we're getting along, and they're helping us out, staying out of the way. I have to admit, probably one of my favorite things about Hard Knocks this year is I really always appreciate watching how each head coach engages their team. It was really interesting seeing how McVay engaged his team and how Anthony Lynn engaged the Chargers last year. But the year prior, I just loved watching John Gruden and the way he just got a rise out of the Raiders. Some of the speeches John Gruden gave really literally had me ready to run through a wall. It was so exciting to watch, and I'm just excited to see how Mike McCarthy is going to be in those types of situations given his reputation. But let me know what you guys think about this, and let us know if you want us to do Dallas Cowboys training camp updates for you guys. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.